So
Good pre-Thanksgiving to everybody, to all the warriors out there. And I really want to welcome you to be with Mike and I today. Mike, you were posting earlier in the room that you saw huge volume in Tesla, uh, and it might be a sign of capitulation. Tell us about what you look for capitulation. Is it volume? Is it also price? Do you need some green volume, or it doesn't matter?
Well, first of all, here's the Tesla chart. Here's the Tesla chart. Listen, I'm looking to see if I'm not in it.
Right.
I believe besides major stocks like Coin right now, and Coin and what SI is doing, and there are some stock stories that are leading the market. Is Tesla? I mean,
I've heard targets about 140 bandied about.
I do too. As a matter of fact, I'm going to rethink the situation. It's just I'm using it more as a gauge. Here's the line here.
Yeah.
You know what? What I've noticed is the majority of time in my career, for somebody that may do these trades intermittently, the majority of the reversals come during the day on some type of news. I don't think we're going to come, especially with a lot of, well, in geopolitical news in this day and age, everything is a lot more price sensitive. But I don't think you're going to come in Monday morning, or excuse me, this being Tuesday or tomorrow, and Tesla being up 10-20%. You know what I mean? Very rarely do those stocks reverse overnight.
Okay.
And I wanted to somewhat retract that statement because it is a Tuesday being a holiday week, Friday being a half day. I'm looking for the stock to, I'm looking for it for a reason. And the reasons why I don't think it's that concrete yet is because the sentiment is probably the reason. And the reason why, the people have never been so bearish on the stock, including the price targets that you say. Some even lower. I get it. I'm not going to step in front of it, but if that's one of the things, fine. It does have decent volume, but yet again,
it's not huge. I mean,
no,
I'm looking at the bottom.
It isn't huge. It isn't huge. And you know what?
You may have seen a few big blocks going by and thought we were going to have huge volume today.
Well,
you thought it was big volume.
I did thought
earlier.
It was volume. Yeah, there was good
volume. There it is. Okay,
I mean,
pretty good
volume. This is the volume that it did yesterday morning on the open. Here it is.
Yeah.
November 21st open. This volume is very big.
And this is all green to the right. Most of the volume's coming in on the buy side compared to November 21st.
Like I said, there are way better trades.
Yeah.
A stock like FPU.
All right. You also said, oh, that looks okay, but you also said that the wrong stocks are going up today. Can you explain to our audience what you mean by that?
Okay, well, I'll give you a shot at my screen, for example, and the wrong stocks. And by the way, it depends on what if you're playing real. I shouldn't have said that. It made me look. If you're playing the right stocks, these are the right stocks. For example, here's you look at the boomer stocks. Here's Home Depot. A complete. I mean, this was a good tell. Let me go.
That's a growth stock. You're calling it now.
I am. Here's the Home Depot chart. Home Depot had earnings the same day, I believe the day and a half or a day after Lowe's had earnings. Okay. Lowe's went up that day and continued going up. Home Depot was negative that day after earnings, held the 200-day, and now it's breaking out here. So that's one of the wrong stocks. Wrong stocks meaning it's beautiful because all you have to do when I was a pup, all I do is be watching this thing and I'd have a buy stop. Home Depot, take out the previous high at 320, the whole number, and I might have gotten filled a little bit higher, obviously, because it's a stop. But that was a gimme. Something like a Caterpillar, same thing. IBM. You know what I mean?
Squeezing. IBM. God, I mean, you were showing that at if you show the daily, I mean, we've been squeezing. Well, that is a daily.
Yeah.
We've been squeezing for
How about the cover on DuPont? You know what I mean? I went against the trend there to a degree, but
yeah, you did. You covered it well.
The best of breed, the leaders are still going. FSLR is still going. EMPH is still going. CF is just a day or two a situation going out.
I hear the pharmaceuticals have been on fire.
Merck. Give you another example. There's there's the long term on Merck, long term chart on Merck.
Okay.
I mean that says it all there.
And the BIOS.
Walmart. Like I said, wiping out. Walmart was the one right after. I think Target was the first one to say something. Actually, they were. Walmart came after. And now Walmart, before this ever peak inflation rough period that we've gone through, I'm not minimizing it by any means. It's higher than where it was when it even pre-announced, and the market's lower than where it pre-announced.
Okay.
So I mean that you can look with, but listen, there are like I said in TradeGATEHub, there's a variety of things for you to do for the active trader. Like I said this morning, if I go back to my screen here, for those. FUTU has a great price range in action. Another stock, AAH. I wish I had my. You know what? I can move my charts here. Hold on. I'll show my charts because if you could just take some time, if I take a minute and show you what I mean by showing these quotes at the same time, and here they are. Okay.
How many positions do you have on right now?
Six. I have six.
Okay.
Yeah. AAHR, another one proving best of breed right here. Continuously.
I'm seeing your forest right now.
My forest?
Yeah, I can see the Tony.
Oh, I'm sorry.
The forest. It's okay.
Tony Pistachio.
Yeah.
You good to see the chart?
Got him.
Okay.
Okay.
So this is my screen and this is the chart. Like I said, Walmart, Home Depot, the daily chart to new highs. Stocks like Procter and Gamble. You don't really want to go like that and making. Actually, it's coming down here. DuPont, like I said as well. So listen, it's getting back to your question. The wrong stocks are going up. Yeah, these are them right here. Newmont, I'm going to take more of a position in today. That's the wrong stock going up, if you will. Freeport-McMoRan, BTU, a fund holding. Another one. This one I'm going to be adding today. BTU, coal, energy. Another one. You know what I mean?
Yeah, it's not going to be FANG.
No, it isn't. Matter of fact, I sold Apple yesterday. It's still on your recommendation. Literally, I was on the air. I went boom, and we had our what do we have? I think we sold it like right here. And you know what? It was a good call. I think it's almost like a Tesla situation. I'm not flopping with Tesla, but I'm also looking at stocks at Rivian. General Motors is kind of hanging in there still to 200-day. AMD making, I'm neutral on the market for a lot of reasons, but positive on stock picking because the rotation is evident and there are a lot of good, Best Buy is another thing. Kramer calls it a short squeeze, but this is going to the 200-day. ADI, the boomer semi, had earnings today, had a chance. They had a chance to hit that hard along with Texan, if you will. So a Texan going.
The semi still, didn't give up anything.
GFS, I bought some before I came on the air. I bought Global Foundries before I came on the air. I bought Global Foundries 67, 67.18, 67.20, right here, right before I came on the air. 67. That was me.
Let's see that NVIDIA chart.
The long chart.
Yeah, NVIDIA. Yeah.
On NVIDIA.
Yeah.
Well, NVIDIA is bouncing, but listen, NVIDIA and I believe Square and things like AMD, they still have a little crypto in them, and they do.
Okay.
And I think that has a little bit of a hangover. For example, a stock like MU, well, MU's not that. AMAT recovered. It's AEHR, it's ON Semiconductor, and it's GFS. The three that are the hot ones right now. Yes, there's chatter about Marvell maybe going up, and that may have an eventual pop. MU had earnings, still has a little bit of hangover. It should be a lot higher where it is, considering the market's a lot higher. But it's those three stocks. It's AAHR. Even this Wolf came back a little bit after bad earnings.
You still like Win?
Yeah, I do still like Win. Yeah, I do. Absolutely. Matter of fact, I might add to it. I do like Win. I like it a lot.
Pulled right back to the breakout.
Well, you know what? It's acting like a better than a lot of China stocks respected because it's obviously it's got a lot of China in it. But LVS, let's look at that. LVS, I have no reason. I don't like the fact that it went below the 8-day, but then I do go to the weekly, and this is a fun position, granted, by the way. So I'm going to have to monitor this a little bit more than I want because it's not exactly where I want. Win, I don't have to babysit too much. I like where it is. Like you say, even on the weekly, you like those 200-day ceilings that go up to there. Granted, that's a hell of a ceiling, but on the weekly, that's what I would be looking for in the long term.
Wow, that's above everything.
Yeah, PayPal, for example, is down. Really, PayPal was down $4 or $5 at one point. Came back to maybe the 80 strike price over the next couple of days.
How the airlines acting, Mike?
Airlines are acting. United Airlines had it acting very well. Blow it up.
Yeah.
You want to consider that the best of breed. LUV, which I thought was the best of breed for some time, still hanging below the 200-day. We can go to the other ones being Delta, UAL. UAL is the best. We'll look at what's the other? ALK, the sexy one. ALK would be one of kind of like a second
Is that
tier ancillary
Alaska?
one, but they're all I'm sorry, yeah, Alaska Air. They're acting, they're acting well considering the fact that crude's, somewhat wishy-washy, but you know what? It always goes to the best of
Well,
breed.
crude was collapsing yesterday before the Saudis came
Yeah,
out and denied that they were going to increase production. And, we were talking XLE last week and it came down a bit, but we're getting a nice recovery. I saw a stat that compared to almost everything else, oils were up. I don't know. I was talking to Katie Stockton,
I have
and
the stat. Go ahead. I'll show it to you.
what is it? Go ahead, do it, because it's.
I'm not going to show it
I'm
to you.
having a senior moment, buddy. Help
No,
me
that's
out
okay.
here.
I may have a senior moment too, but I think I saw something about it this morning.
Compared to all the other things, I think it was, I don't know, six. It was the only green one compared to everything else they were showing for this year. Anyway, she's still constructive. So what were we talking about? XLE, it got clipped, and has it come back as well, like Halliburton?
Well, Halliburton was the trade of the talk of the day yesterday was Halliburton when crude. I wanted to talk. I talked Lewis out of USO. About 5 minutes later, it ripped, but it was the right thing. And I was looking at SLB Slob yesterday. I said, try, take a stab at Halliburton at the 50-day. It's usually what I like to see that as like the short term to intermediate, some sort of price level. Everybody knows how I feel about the 50-day, and I'm not alone. Trust me, I didn't make it up. So the 50-day at one point yesterday was what, like 34.02. It went to 33, like 40. I'm like, come on, you know what I mean? It's never an exact science considering the rest were going down, and that actually held. So you took a chance at Halliburton at the 50-day around 33, 33. You
It was
made
a great 2-day trade.
Yeah, a good 2-day trade. But I want
copper's bounced back today. First update in, I don't know, about 8, and House Freeport reacting to copper stabilizing. I think it was anticipating it yesterday. It didn't close that bad yesterday. Freeport.
It wasn't anticipating yesterday. It looks great. And you know what? This is the one that the wise guys, my guys, I bought a little bit because it's right. It's the right thing to do. And I don't like here that, STLD is the one. I mean, STLD, it's not extended. It's made move. If you see here from this low to this high, from this low, it's got more. X is the one you want to really look at. That has that triple. Another metal that's acting very well. I know it's not a barn burner. People get, burnt by it to a degree, but you have to watch it on a macro level, or at least have it on your chart or on your screen.
The cyclicals are reacting great, Mike.
BHP is the one. I love BHP is one of my second trade halves of the year, and I'm going to add to it more. You know how I feel about it, Coach.
Yeah, I wonder what Jay Powell thinks when he looks at industrial and steel stocks and metal stocks all starting to come out of here.
What would you say? You're the expert.
If I was Jay, I would say I have to keep tightening.
I agree. No, that's why I'm not getting that aggressive.
Like the market is accommodating Paul by not selling off. It gives him cover to continue to hike. That's the way I see it.
That is correct. And then that's why everybody meaning from retail to even hedge funds, they took some off the shorts, as you know, from going back to our yesterday's broadcast. It's where everything's in a neutral territory. It really is. A lot of things are neutral. I can never make more of a case than this past 3 to 6 months, however you want to call it. Actually, starting to the beginning, go to the spies here from the beginning of the decline last year, when this whole thing started to unwind, if you will. If I go to the spies, it was what, December? Yeah, it was December and January, right? So I can't remember more of a time where it's 50-50 where I could really bounce either way. And I'm not getting aggressive either way. If I was just to go to price action only, and this would be like last year when CPIs were the time to take out the dog, I would be adding aggressively to the stocks that made sense. But sometimes,
go ahead, buddy.
No, I'm sorry. Go ahead.
All right. What I'd like you to do, just so you're watching the same line everyone is watching, draw a downtrend line from the highs, the all-time highs.
Right here.
Off the peak, the next peak. or the August high peak. Draw a trend downtrend. This is the line that the whole market extended out is watching. Okay. So, we talked about, I don't know, 41.40 or so, down when we were, well under 380. Okay.
No,
So here
we've
we
been on the
are.
right side of the market. It's just the rotation is, at least as an active trader,
Yeah.
sometimes biting.
Yeah. And I've tried a few tactical shorts. Some of them worked. So what do you think the sentiment is going to be? And I know you follow a lot of sentiment people.
I do.
If we break out over that blue trend line.
It's going to be at the end of the year because I still am underinvested and I'm not alone. It doesn't make it right. It doesn't make it wrong.
Performance
There's going to be
anxiety.
fear of missing out, not fear of not
Losing your
it's
hedge
fear
account
of missing fear of it's FOMO, fear of underperforming.
Okay, I like it.
It's not going to be fear of
that's a
missing
new
out.
one.
So, no,
Okay.
well, that's it. I would do it too.
I mean, isn't that when people make decisions at the end of the year? How did my money manager do? Did he beat the market? Did he?
Unfortunately, the hierarchies at TradeView don't look at it. They look at over a 26-year career. But no,
Yeah.
I certainly hope they do. I've overperformed, if you will, but underperformed me. I have. It is what it is. Listen, I've been here for so long. I'm not gonna egregiously chase the last 2 weeks and do things. I just what you know what I mean. I wouldn't do that. I guess I'm not gonna.
Smart. Yeah,
No,
that's like trying to make your week on a Friday.
No.
You're trying to make your year.
No,
Don't try and make your year in
No,
December.
I have a fair amount of a very good amount of firepower. I'm blessed.
Okay.
How you want to say it? So you know what I'll say? Stat. I go over 50% of my buying power ever, and if I do, buckle up. But if they go above that green line, I might. You never know. But no, seriously, I digress. You know what?
Looks like it wants it.
It's not fear of miss. I agree. It's well. How about this? The bleed out in the VIX. And I hate to use that term. I'm sorry about that.
Yeah.
But I meant this thing. The first time I took a position in VIX was a week ago. It's my loser. It's my biggest loser.
Yeah.
I took a position a week ago.
Yeah.
18.
Yeah.
15. What am I going to do?
Yeah.
I know. Listen, I get it. I know. Oh, hold on. I get it. There's the bottom. But this is season. This is. I'm just not going to keep adding. It's just I'm hedged. I get it. If it pops to 16 and 17 and gets me even, believe me, my longs are going to suffer a lot worse than this 40,000 share position I hedge on this or whatever it is, 16 or 17. You know what I mean?
Okay. Yeah.
So I'll be tactical at that too. It's the least of my concerns is going to be getting out of my VIX.
It could end up paying off in thin market conditions over the next
And that's
week
why I
too.
did it at this point during this end of seasonality. I wouldn't have done this.
I know we're higher, Mike, but do you watch like how the SPOOs trade? I mean, there's air pockets in there today. Where you'll see trades where it looks like there's a bid offer of a whole handle or so between trades. Things are really thinning out for the holiday.
And that's why I'm preaching. It's not, listen, I'm going to go away from know your style and doing all that stuff. Be a pro. It's a thin market. It just, if you go to, how would you feel if you walked into a Ferrari dealership and you bought the same exact car, the guy paid $10,000, whatever, $40,000 less? Wouldn't you feel like a sucker? Be a pro and get your prices on these type of days. Don't be this is a chance for you to really hone in your skills. You're not going to miss much because it's a thinner market. But if it goes against you, you're going to lose a lot more than it's just the tendency of a trader. You know what I mean, Coach?
Okay, are you going to buy some Flex Seal? You have some chores, honeydews over Thanksgiving? I saw Flex Seal up there. Anyway,
where's Flex Seal?
Flex Seals, that commercial where they
the guy where he makes a whole boat out of styrofoam. Yeah. I haven't seen him in a while. The original guy harbor. The original guy, his name was Bobby, had a heart attack from a cocaine use. He died from you remember the other pitch guy? The original guy. He did.
He should have put some Flex Seal on his arteries. Anyway, we're wrapping it up. Tomorrow's going to be even thinner. You're not trading Friday, are you?
A donut bullish. Yeah, I am. I'm going to do it. I am. I'm going to do a video.
Broadcast?
Yeah.
Okay.
You don't have to. Does that mean we should talk about that off air? Are you?
I'm going to be taking Friday off.
Oh, okay. That's good. So I'll be here.
All right. So Anything you want to wrap it with, Mike? You've shown some great stuff.
Yeah,
What's your highest conviction trade out of everything we
I like
talked
this.
about
I like
today?
BTU. I like
Okay,
BTU.
okay.
I like
That
BTU.
sure looks good.
You go to the weekly.
Go new highs, yeah,
It has it in it. The
yeah,
flag. I like BTU. I'm
yeah.
not going to do it. Listen, these are intermittent things. It may change. What makes you good is what makes you bad. And my forte is fortunately being to adapt and hold some losers a little bit more than I should.
Yeah, it's a process, and you're always integrating new information, and one candle can change a picture for
But
the
you have
market.
to also look at the bigger picture to a degree and look where the money goes. When they're doing this and they're
Yeah,
doing this and they're doing something like this. Amazon, nice trade, by the way, I sold it. Look at the bigger, look at the bigger picture. It's just not more Amazon's acting weak and Home Depot's acting well. It's once you start managing larger money, you have to look at the bigger picture, and you just have if you want to start really making bigger money in a macro environment, you can't watch every position. You can't watch every tick or every trade. Another thing that I'm buying today because I want to be transparent. Where are we? I did buy CPRX. I bought this. I'm not going to look. I'm going to let it go, and I think this stock's got a lot left. It's a
yeah,
momentum trade. It's over 17. I'm in it.
yeah.
And I like it. And a couple, I like I said, and I will digress. Without rules, there's chaos. This is the first time I ever implemented rules or change within myself. And usually change is hard to do because change is usually made when there's something difficult going on. Like I say a bunch of times, you usually don't want to change when things are great. Why would you? That's why it wouldn't do the way.
Yeah, a lot of people would have a hard time reaching for a chart like this. And you don't have any fear of I'm just saying typical, and it's because I could hear it in my head. Well, yeah, that looks great, but I'll wait for a pullback, and the pullback never comes. So
Well,
you act on it. So that's a difference between you and I've seen a lot of people trade, Mike, over the years, and most people would have a hard time launching here to
there's
get
my
long.
trades. I think I bought 6,000. 10-9.
Yeah.
So I bought 6,000. There's something that I listen. I know about the company. I know about it. I'm not the best of a. Yeah, I bought that. I bought it. What do you want me else to say? Take a look.
All right. You know what I have to say going into this weekend of Thanksgiving, I'm thankful that our paths cross and that
Absolutely.
we're working together, Mike. And if people are watching these videos, there's no way they can't know that they can get great ideas from you on a daily basis, which isn't easy to do. You don't find guys like Mike that are so active and have their eyes on such a large universe to provide all these actionable things every day.
I appreciate that,
It
Coach.
amazes me, man, really.
I appreciate that. By not including yourself, you're shortchanging yourself, and I'm thankful as well. But I just want to give an example. It's for you to develop your style. The least of your concerns is going to be find instruments or something what to do. Probably without a great opinion and less asking. I'm just going to leave it with this. We use sentiment. We use all research from a bunch of different firms. I post very actively, post movers. So it's up to you to develop, your own style. There's a ton to do. I show my screen. Stocks that are making new lows as the market was breaking high today. It doesn't mean you have to act on it, but when the market's breaking high, look what's breaking low. Take a note. Also, I show my screen, my universe every day. You do too, Coach. There's my universe. On the bottom right are stocks that have acted for that day that I got my eye on. So, you know what I mean? It's just, it's a marathon, not a sprint. I don't want to keep being redundant, but I'm thankful for everybody that's tuning in. It's not going to stop going strong into the new year, and wish everybody well, and they just have a plan. And I'll be on Friday, and
Okay, Mike. And wish you and your family happy Thanksgiving,
you too, Coach.
Mike. And tomorrow we'll have at Silver Chartist on. We'll silver up. He specializes in it, so it should be a great interview tomorrow. Don't miss it. And this is Mike and Dale saying, You have a great day trading the rest of the day, and join us here at TradeGATEHub. Mike, you want to show the TradeView page so people know how to, set up a demo, open an account, compare their broker to TradeView.
Beautiful tab right there. There it is.
Okay.
Like I
All right.
said, TradeGATEHub is only one tab, and look
Yep.
at the universe that we give you through. I mean, it's one tab to log in, and we give you charts, we give you news, we give you stocks, so. With that being said, that's only one tab. So what you should do is poke around the TradeView site. It is basically as international as it is. There's a very low turnover. It's predominantly a family office, for lack of a better term. So
Yeah.
poke around. There's great things to look at the pricing, platforms, accounts, and demos. Anybody has a question, always ask me, Coach. Anybody in the room. Until then, thanks again and have a good holiday.